Hey there, sheepdoggers, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. A game I've been wanting to do for a while, but I put off for a bit because everyone was doing it. And I was like, meh, I'll just enjoy myself. I'll just enjoy the game, kind of offline, and then I'll do a series on it later when the buzz has died down on it a little bit, and, you know, you guys won't be like, I won't watch this because I've seen, like, you know, 50 other people play it. So, basic thought is I'm going to keep it simple for now. We're going to start in 1936, and for those of you who don't know the game as well, we'll kind of do an introduction to the game as well, because I'm aware, like, a fair number of you guys may be put off just by the fact that, you know, it's a complicated game, and it may not be fun for you to watch if you don't know what's going on. So we're going to start with the one you kind of start with in the tutorial, which is Italy. So Mussolini's in charge. We're going to be fascist because all YouTubers are fascist. Oh, shit. Government, totalitarian regime, elections never. Ruling party is Partito Nazionale Fascista. So the Italians get... let's see here. We can send volunteer forces. We can force government of another country. We can't, force governments of another country to adopt the same technology, same ideology. I'm messing this up already. We can justify a war goal. Justify war goal time when at war with a major faction goes down. Okay, so, like, you have to justify a war before you go to war with someone. There's a couple of things. Acceptance of communist and democratic diplomacy is down. Fascist is up, obviously. AI modifier, focus on offense. That's not really important. Justify war goal time is a little bit lower. And then we have national unity +5. We'll go into national unity and things like that later. And then that's a few examples of where you can take. You can go Pact of Steel, join in with Nazi Germany. You can do a Spanish-Italian alliance, or you can go Italy first, which will kind of... you don't have to go historically, so we can go a little bit more focus on just Italy, or we can ally with Spain, or we can ally with Germany. And yeah, we're just gonna... No Iron Man, no historical AI focuses, like, so, you know, we could just as easily end up with France becoming... you know, having like a revolution and going communist, and, you know, all these things can happen. So let's get into it, and we'll get the start of the game running. So you guys have kind of an idea of what I'm doing here. So we start off paused. We're starting off on 36 of 1936, 1st January. And the first thing we'll want to do is we start off at war. So you can see here we're at war in Ethiopia. Let's take a big look at the map. You know, you got Sweden, you got Finland, Poland, got China over here. So it's the entire world, basically. And, you know, Africa's carved up. I think most of the places in South America are kind of free. Yeah, they're being guaranteed by the US, pretty much. You got Mexico, you got Canada, which is... part of the Allies faction. Allies faction basically starts off as England, and places like Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, British Raj, those kind of places. So it's a dominion. It's not really like a vassal state exactly, but it's yeah, probably plays second fiddle to Britain. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up. Okay, first, we got some ships here, which we're just going to put together. We'll put them under, yeah, this guy. So we've got an admiral for this. You can see you've got, like, repair priorities. You've got repair now, automatic split off, no. And get current engagement rule, fire at will. You can create a new fleet. You see here we've got 9 destroyers and 4 submarines. Destroyers, as I remember, are kind of more... scouty submarine hunters, and then submarines are to take out other, like, convoys and things like that. Got patrol, search and destroy, convoy raiding, convoy escort. We're just gonna patrol in this Red Sea here, and on the East African coast there for now. So they'll go out when we unpause, and they'll start patrolling these areas and engaging anyone we're at war with. Then what we'll do... See, so you can see here, there are different types of... there's different types of infantry. There you've got an Alpine division, which does very well in mountains. For the most of these are just regular Italian divisions. We'll go into them later. But for now, what we need to do is we need to create a new army with this. We need to set their front line here, so they'll spread out along this front line, and then we need to give them an offensive line, basically an objective to get to. And then what we do when we want to start that kind of offense, we hit this button and it will start going. We can click stop and they'll stop it. Let's give them a commander. Let's go with a general that hasn't really done much. Sure, Italo Balbo. Okay, so he's now in charge of these 14 divisions here. On the other side, we have another army we want to create. We'll put them on this line, just because you see there are these guys here. They don't really need a general, I don't think, but we may as well give them one. Let's give them Ubaldo Sordu. I may mess up the names, by the way. So the other thing we'll do here is we'll create the African theatre. It may not be important. There we go, that'll do. And we'll move... yeah, okay, so we'll just create, let's say, these guys here for now. Give them a... Move them up here, sorry. Move them up there. And we will give them a general... Just, well, they've got quite a few tanks, and this guy's a panzer leader. Gives extra armor speed, so they move quicker and they attack harder. So we'll just give them to him, and we'll put them on this there for now. Got a couple of guys here. They don't really need a general. We'll just put them on there. So you can see we've got Yugoslavia over here. We've got France, Switzerland, Austria. You know, we're going to need to keep an eye on our borders. Okay. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably gather up all the ships. You can see our ships around the place. And we'll create a couple of fleets to be patrolling around here. I'm not amazing at this, by the way. I have an idea of what I'm doing, but I'm by no means the best. And then we'll have this army. Well, we'll turn this into an army and put them here. Sometimes this area can get really bogged down. There's been times when I've had, like, you know, 40 troops just along this border here with France. And if you wait too long, the offensive just, you know, if you try and break through here, it's almost impossible. Like, there's so many troops going on. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move these guys into the African theatre. We're going to give them a bit of time once we get going to, like, kind of prepare. So if you look over here, you can see their entrenchment. It gives you kind of a defensive bonus. It takes 15 days to reach. Then they have preparedness, which is... it can be quite difficult to get to. There we go. Plan preparation, attack bonus is 0%, max 50. Preparation increases by 2% each day. So we can give them some time to get prepared. And then over here you see their organization, which is basically, you know, like when you get routed and a unit or division retreats, they lose a lot of organization and they can't fight effectively. And then you have the fighting strength, which is, you know, troops and tanks and these kind of things. We'll look very quickly over here at the division designer. There you go. So this is what a standard division de fanteria has. It has an engineer company, which gives a whole lot of bonuses here. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you can see they get plus movement in forest, they get plus defense in forest, no attack, they get defense in hills, they get defense in jungle, you know, got all these bonuses. Like amphibious, they get an attack bonus. I assume that's because of the engineer company, but yeah, you see there, like, if I hold it down, it's got amphibious attack. You can add in other ones as well, like support artillery. It costs this, which is kind of army experience, to add these things. So we're going to need to get our army experience for this. You can see the Alpine division as well here. Like, they have a lot of bonuses, but in the hills they have attack bonuses, defense bonuses, movement bonuses. Same in mountains, you know, they're more supplied in mountains, these kind of things. Very useful if you're attacking through mountains, like we will be here. It'd be nice to have a few more Alpine divisions, but we're not going to yet. So, first thing we'll do is we'll gather up these ships, and we'll just chuck them in Rome for now, and we'll sort them out momentarily once we've got them all together. There we go. And the next thing we'll do is we will sort out the air. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take away all of the... Yeah. For now, what we'll do is we'll just take all the aircraft out of where they are, and we'll reassign them where we think we need them. For now, because there's no wars going on except for our war, we'll probably just have them... yeah, okay. So yeah, for now we'll probably just have them just have some planes supporting us in Ethiopia over here. So let's change this to 140. Let's change this to 132. Let's just add all of these by 100. And if they can't reach that, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll select all of these, set them to fly in East Africa. You can see here. We'll have them on normal operations. Wait. Yeah, let's yeah, let's have normal operations. So they only fly if they've got at least 25% strength. The wings. So let's have air superiority. We don't really need interception. Let's have the close air support, which on the tactical bombers, and the close air support on the close air support. We're not going to go naval strike or port strikes. We don't really need strategic bombing either. We're just going to be supporting the ground divisions, basically. Because as far as I know, they don't have any planes. You can... whoops, that's wrong. So you can see Ethiopia here. Their details, they have 10 to 18... military divisions. They have 2 factories, no ports, no naval dockyards, and no air force either. So that's going to be fine. Alright, that's good. So what we're going to do next... Yes, that's all that done. We're going to leave these guys, this part of Africa for now. We can actually get rid of those. We can lose those naval bombers from there for now too. Thank you. We've got all of the armies set up. We've got all of the navies moving so we can organize a bit. Let's sort out the research next. So, you get 4 slots as a major power. You get, if you're playing as, like, Sweden or Finland, you usually start with 3. So, we're going to research the support weapons. You can see it gives us a lot of bonuses to different things. It's going to be super useful. We'll take the extra minus research time, takes us 99 days, makes us research faster. We will take the production efficiency cap, we'll talk about that soon. And we'll take the construction speed, basically just means we build things faster. So, yeah, so next up is the civilian factories. So, at the moment, with our trade and all of these kind of things, we have 20 civilian factories. These basically represent our build power, our kind of civilian, yeah, kind of the civilian contribution, I guess, to the war effort. So what we're going to do is, we have 8 being used for consumer goods, which is this here, with the economic policy. We'll probably get to that soon. So what we'll do is we'll build some more civilian factories to begin with. We'll put about half in the places we can. So bringing this up to like 3 out of 6. So these are all the slots that are available at the moment for like factories and dockyards and synthetic refineries, and later on like nuclear reactors and stuff. So for now, you can see here how many of the different things we're building. We're building a civilian factory there. We're building 3 civilian factories here. You know, more. So once these civilian factories are done, this number here will go up. So at the moment, 12 out of 15 factories are building this one here in over here in South Tyrol. Once that builds, the next one over here will be 13 out of 15 building. So as we build more factories, we'll be able to build other things quicker. For example, military factories. What are military factories, you ask? I'm glad you asked. So these are military factories. These go towards building equipment. So what we're going to do for now, just going to put those in there. So we need to build a few other things. Yep. This isn't too important. So do we have motorized? Yeah, we got the motorized there. Okay. Do we need a tank? I think we're already building the light tank, yes. And then we'll do an interwar fighter. And for now, we'll leave it at that. There we go, and there we go. Okay, so you guys can see here, you're seeing, like, we need to upgrade. If we go to, I believe it's here. Yeah, you can see we need reinforcements going to some divisions. We need upgrades going to some. We fulfilled 20,000 of 23,000, basically, infantry equipment. So, increasing this, you can see at the moment we do 21 infantry equipment, which is these ones here. You can upgrade them with research later. We're doing 21 a day, and we need to upgrade about 27,000. Once we start building more troops, obviously this need will go up, and you tend to send it to the new troops before you upgrade. Although I think you can smudge with that a little bit. If we were... So currently we have 4 military factories assigned to this. We could assign like 10 for 52 infantry equipment a day. For now, I think we're going to leave it at this and take it fairly easy. We also have 3 dockyards, which again, dockyards go towards making ships. So this battleship is going to be built in 2.63 years. This battleship 2, well, they're both battleship 2s, going to be built in 21 years. Obviously, as we get more dockyards on it, that will change. And there you can see we're building a submarine, a destroyer. They'll take a year or so. A light cruiser is going to take 3.56 months. And also, the other thing to notice is this is the production efficiency. So, we got the efficiency on all of these. So it's 49.2, which increases how quickly you build things. We don't, however, have oil. So you can see resources over on this tab. You see here we've got some aluminium, we've got some steel. Those go into, for example, this uses 4 aluminium and 8 steel. So these things are available on parts of... These are like resources we have on the map. So no resources there. Over here we have a little bit of rubber. That's about it. So currently in Africa, we don't own many useful resources. However, if we go over to trade over here, we can click on oil, see who we have good influence with. Oh, Venezuela has a lot of oil. And we can trade civilian factories, which is basically, you know, our output of construction. We can trade that for 8 of the resource per factory. So what we're going to do now is to fill all of them we need 4. However, you can see here we need 4 for this, we need 4 for this, and we need 3 for this, and we need rubber as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the tanks, I think, for now. So we'll have some when we want to start building them. So we're only going to take one unit of oil because I want most of my civilian factories to produce more civilian factories. And you can see there's a trade route opened up here as well from Venezuela. We got some supplies traveling to here, and then we've got other trade routes. Sorry, these are supply transfers to our other ports. Yeah, and then one over here. And those are taking up these things here, the convoys. Okay, it's the type of thing you want to protect. Next thing up is the national focus. Let's actually go into there from here. So the national focus, you've got a whole load of things. This will build extra military factories, also increases the building slots that you have. So you remember I said we'll take half, like 3 out of 6 and 4 out of 8. This increases the building slots in certain areas. And also gives you a free factory. So as soon as this completes, all of these take 70 days. As soon as this completes, we'll get 2 free building slots and 2 free military factories that will take over those slots. And then a research bonus for land doctrines, basically help us with land wars. Similar things for the Mare Nostrum. This gives us naval dockyards. You've got other things like Triumph in Africa. You know, once you own Ethiopia, you can do this. You get 20% national unity. Very nice. Okay, so what we're going to start with is Ethiopian war logistics. Gives us some infrastructure. We'll get on to infrastructure. I'll do my best to explain this, guys, but I'm not going to be able to get everything because it's quite complicated. Travel with me as best you can, and if you have any questions, put it in the comments. I will do my best to answer your questions in the comments so you understand what's going on in this game. So yeah, you got naval bases added, you got infrastructure added. Then basically what we want is this extra research slot. So we'll push down. It also gives us 4 extra for civilian factories and 4 extra military factories, which are really nice. So we're going to start with this, the Ethiopian war logistics. I'll show you quickly over here. They're built with the civilian factories, but the infrastructure you see here. This building provides the state with improvement of infrastructure, increases your supply power in strategic regions, and increases your division speed. So, you know, over here where you've got like 8 out of 10, divisions are going to move faster, so you can kind of, you can pretty much move quick. If it's 10 out of 10, you can speed along these areas really nicely. And, you know, where's a good example? Over here, we're going to get attrition because our infrastructure is only 4 out of 10. If we increase this up, we'd be able to support more troops in here. And we'll get into that as well later, but you know, the basics is less infrastructure means less troops available, and then the troops move slower. Okay, so this first episode is going to be mostly setup, just so you know, guys. So keep that in mind. I think what we'll do is we'll train maybe like 3 of these, just a one-off. So this is going to train 3 units of this Alpine division. And we'll set it to, they'll come out in Tuscany, I think, around here. So you have to equip them with manpower. You can see manpower up here is 705,000. And, you know, you can see where the manpower goes, what your total manpower is, these kind of things. We're just going to get 3 divisions of Alpine, and let's leave it like that for now, I think. It's probably a bad idea, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so you can see over here, where's the national unity? Here we go. So, national unity, plus 5%. No, that's wrong. National unity is up here. So, our base national unity is 60. We have 5% national unity from our leader, the Soldier King. Yeah, there you go. Basically, what this means is how long it takes for us to be forced to surrender. So, if they were to take 65%, I think, of Italy, of kind of like our most important places, we'd be forced to surrender, and then, you know, we'd have to sign a peace agreement, and, you know, we'd basically be out of the game pretty much. And it goes for places like this too. So you can see this is worth 5 victory points. which means that if we capture this, then Addis Ababa is going to surrender to us. Okay, so, yeah, I think we do have some planes in reserve which we can put out there. We do have insufficient resources. That's not too bad for now, although we will need more resources later. Obviously, you can build air bases, you can build anti-air, you know, all of these things are very useful. You can build land forts, coastal forts. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the war in Ethiopia. We're going to take Ethiopia, and then we're going to start building up our forces. However, that will be something we'll do next episode. Next episode, we'll get into actually playing the game. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of how the game works. Hopefully you get a good idea of what's going to be going on, and yeah, just kind of set up everything ready to go next session. Next video. So there you go, guys. I really hope you're interested in this, and I really hope, you know, like, you guys can get into it. It's a little bit tricky, but I'll do my best to explain it. As I said, put down in the comments if there's something you want to know, if there's something you don't understand. Put it down in the comments. I will answer you. And I'll do my best to explain what's going on. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is going to be a series. It's going to start off easy, and then I might do some more interesting and difficult stuff as we go along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always helps me out a lot, and of course, I do really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.